What's up, guys? Sorry, it has been a minute since I have hosted anything. I've been busy with school and work and stuff, but wanted to go ahead and get a new deck video in now that Remembrance is banned, and now that we've kind of seen some of the new meta, and I'm pretty confident about this list. Um, it is very, very similar to my old list, as you can see, based on my old list. Um, Couple key differences. I'm on one less drag down just because I wanted to fit in other cards. That just seemed like the easiest thing to cut. It's kind of the almost like it's the basically the weakest defense piece we have. Um, but yeah, we are on 3 Clash Bravados now. They are super, super important when you are facing Ziggy, and it's a really hard matchup without them. Honestly, that is the one way the Remembrance ban hurt us, is now we can't play 9 Clash of Bravados into Ziggy. Um, Still winnable with 3, however, much, much harder. Um, Especially now that Gravy is big again, and I had some extra room in the list. I put back in 2 Midas Touch just to make sure that we're winning that matchup. Definitely winnable without Midas Touch if it's not something you want to run. But it's a card that I really like, and I just want to be safe because there's some really good Gravy players out there, and I do think that we struggle into the best Gravies without it, even with it probably, just because Gravy is such a high skill level deck. We are no longer running Overturn the Results. That was a card specifically there because Victor was the best deck in the format. It's no longer relevant. We clash with Clash of Bravado. That it'd be nice to have it with that, but also we're not losing clashes into Ziggy. Most likely, we might tie them by both revealing non-attacks or non-power cards, but we're probably not losing those clashes. So Overturn does nothing there. And the only other hero that really clashes is Tough Nut with Tough Smash Up, and that's not really a relevant matchup right now. It is a hard matchup for us. We struggle against Rock because we run Steadfast and Oasis. But besides that, we're not worried about it. We are on 3 Ominous Excavations now. That card is excellent. It is literally just 3 copies of our best instant, whether that is Oasis, probably into most aggressive decks. You want to get Sigil back into stuff like Syndra, who has so much just pure damage through flicks. You want to get back probably Steadfast into if I guess once you're playing the game, you'll know. If you're playing into 01 and it's the spell version, you want to get Steadfast back just to cover as much Tall Arcane as you can. If you're playing into, Go Tall Guardians, you want to go Withstand because it's a 3 for 7 basically. And then into most other fatigue decks, you probably want to grab back Leave Them Hanging, just because this is a way to put damage back in your deck. And also, the Intimidate can be nice into certain heroes. Not usually super effective into fatigue decks, because they're not using most of their cards anyways. Like, Sledge Guardians are just pitching 4, and they usually won't give you a chance to respond before they activate Sledge. Huntsman, it is sometimes helpful. I'm recording this after the Huntsman game that comes after this, and I was actually able to get them to just pass turn after Leave Them Hanging sometimes. I don't know if that's because their hand just didn't line up right, or if I intimidated the card they wanted to pitch. But it's not usually super great into fatigue, except for the +4, which is the reason we get it back. Sledge Guardians, you might want to consider getting a Steadfast or Withstand back just to get more value, because this is 3 for 4, that's 3 for 6, that's 3 for 7. And you want to conserve as much value as you can into those decks, but into the ones like Huntsman and probably DGA, though that's not a super popular deck right now. you definitely want to get back Leave Them Hanging into those. But yeah, Ominous Excavation, amazing card. One of the strongest cards in our deck right now, probably. And the rest of the list is the same, except right now I'm running a single copy of This Round's on Me. That is something that you could definitely run more than one of if you wanted to. I just happen to have one free slot in my list, and I think this is the next best card after everything I'm running, in terms of blues at least. It's super good into ninjas, into Acilio, anybody that also into Huntsman actually, because it makes the breakpoints from their contract cards easier to block out. You don't care about dagger damage, but once they hit you with Spider's Bite, it's hard to block out the breakpoints sometimes because it'll usually come in for 4 or 5, and Rampart plus a 3 block only blocks 2 now, or only blocks 3 total now, as long as that was an attack action, and we run mostly attack actions for our blocking cards, besides obviously prevention. So not having the Spider's Bite on hit plus having the contract reduced by 1 is super helpful, and they're not going to be using that extra card ever, unless they happen to draw a hand of like all reds, and now they can pitch 2 reds and 2 reds and then send a contract. But even still, their daggers don't do anything, so they wouldn't anyways. Yeah, that is all the changes to the list. We're running the same equipment. The rest of the deck is the same. I believe I was on. I don't think I was on Leave Them Hanging last time I talked about the deck, but I know I've made some videos with it. Just to talk about that a little bit since I haven't explicitly yet. Attention Grabbers is our best defensive option. I was on Ironhide Gauntlet before just because I can pay, give it +2. It's still a 2 block, unlike most other things we can run. But just not amazing. It's kind of the same value as Blade Beckoners into most heroes. And so I wanted something a little better. Attention Grabbers does that. And Leave Them Hanging is an excellent disruption piece into a lot of aggro decks. Syndra likes to keep her full hand. Fi likes to keep their full hand. Katsu does. And like even into mid-range decks, if they block with 2 cards and then try to do something with 2 cards, you can respond to something and get that last card out of their hand. And you're safe to block out and then end up getting the value from Leave Them Hanging still. Because even though it takes 2 cards to get rid of 1, if you didn't need the rest of your hand to block with anyways, you're still going up on value because now you just got a +4 to an attack later on. And in addition, turns on Attention Grabbers, gives us a nice 3 block here. Just a great card. I ran Hungry for More briefly, the 1 cost gain 3 life when it leaves. It's a good card. I think Leave Them Hanging is just better. But if you don't like running a 3 cost aura in your fatigue list, totally fine. You can run Hungry for More. It's playable off Tunic. It's playable in replacing Rampart's head for the turn, or Rampart of the Ram's head for the turn. It's a lot easier to get out. So either are good options. Leave Them Hanging is my choice. Haven't changed the maybe board at all. Is it on here? No. One card that I am kind of considering adding, depending on how bad certain matchups get and how much I miss having Remembrance to get back key tech cards like Command and Conquer or Clash of Bravado or Fire Breathing. One thing I have considered adding is Wall of Meat and Muscle, which if you are not familiar with that card, I will go ahead and pull it up. Nope, not added to my deck. It's only a 2 block. We can't give blocks +3. However, it's a 2 block that, since we will always control a Might on defense, it recurs an attack action card to the top of our deck. So if you're playing a Ziggy or any Aura heavy hero, that's your Clash of Bravado. If you're playing a Fatigue matchup, you save that for after you've played your Fire Breathing or after a Rouse. Get it back. You've got more damage now. If you're playing against a deck that's just running all the defense reactions, you can get back Command and Conquer to help punish that more. Lots of uses for this card. Only downside, it's a 2-block. There's probably a lot of matchups you don't want to run it into. And if you have to side out cards that that lowers your fat decking ability, which is one of our strengths, we can comfortably fat deck because all of our cards are doing the same thing, just preventing damage. But really, that's the only downside. It's a good card. It will probably end up in a future version of my list, at least to test. But again, that just depends on how the meta shapes out. I think Ziggy needs to be a bit more of a popular deck before I do that. He's about medium representation right now. He's not one of those 1 to 2 heroes at a calling, but he's also not 30 of at a calling. I think if I remember right, he was I think there was 10 Ziggies, maybe 9 at at the Pro Tour going on right now, Pro Tour Vegas. So not super worried about that. We don't really need the recursion super bad into other matchups, but it is useful into a lot if we happen to run it. And yeah, I think that's about everything for the new deck. About the Remembrance Band specifically, that helps us out a ton, actually. A lot of people have asked me already, hey, is our deck dead now that Remembrance is banned? Are we still a real deck? Are we still good? Yes, we are absolutely still good. Remembrance Band hurts the heroes teching into us more than it hurts us, with the exception of Ziggy, as I talked about. We no longer have to worry about Huntsman playing, 9 to 12 codexes in a game. We don't have to worry about Jarl playing 17 Oakenolds. We don't have to worry about Gravy getting back Conqueror. And that is a lot stronger than us having it and being able to recur, Command and Conquer or Rouse or just various blues if we had to block with them. You've got to be a little bit more careful with how you block now. If you know you're going to need CNC in a matchup, don't block with it. You have to find a way to pitch it for later. Or just accept that you're going to be down 1 for the rest of the game. Try to save your big blues into the matchups where you're going to need a Rouse. Because that's honestly what I use Remembrance for the most, is so I don't have to worry about blocking with my blues early and I can get them back later. Same with Gravekeeping into Gravy. Kind of hurts that we don't have 8 copies of Gravekeeping into them now, which is part of the reason why I'm running Midas Touch. I should have mentioned that earlier. Losing extra Gravekeepings hurts us into Gravy. Some people are also running Pilfer the Tomb as like a 1 or maybe 2 of, especially since we're on a lower instant count now that Remembrance is gone. It's not a card I really like. I don't think it's good enough to include in my list, but other people have definitely seen success with it. So if you want to run that one, options definitely there. But overall, Remembrance being banned is a good thing for our deck. Even if the matchup didn't have any specific cards they were getting back with it, just their ability to put cards back in their deck and survive longer into us, makes our matchup harder, and we don't have to deal with that anymore. But yeah, if you've got any specific questions about the list, any reasons why I'm running things, any reasons why I'm not running things, let me know. You guys know where to find me in the Purple Discord, or just leave a comment on one of these videos. And yeah, let's go play against a Huntsman. Alright, so we are playing into Huntsman. This is a matchup I haven't actually done yet, and I've been wanting to, so this is nice. Nothing we want to side out, we want to fat deck into them. Let's get ready. Alright, I think we'll just start out with pitching that away, save it for later. Guess I got a D-react they want to use turn 0. Oh, well, That's unfortunate. Turn 0, hunted or hunted. Fortunately, I don't have anything to shuffle with right now. As long as it's not ominous excavation. Okay, that's bearable. So we are honestly a little more favored into Huntsman than we were before the Remembrance ban. Oh wow, they hit a second one. I guess I don't have to worry about that for a while. Because now we can still get around Hunter or Hunted by using Ominous Excavation. And no other hero really has that ability, because most of them don't run instant speed shuffle cards. Okay. We'll give you Clash Bravado. That's a useless card here. Alright, and tabbed. Oh, wow. That's not what I expected. Can't use my Oasis either. This game's starting out great. It's alright. We don't really have... That's unfortunate. We don't really have to worry about getting killed by Huntsman just through damage. We only worry about them running us out of cards. Which is why I didn't block the daggers. They do not present enough damage throughout the game that I have to worry about that. Because I block out every contract and stealth and just take dagger damage. And I will probably be using my what's it called? My excavations to get back Sigil of Solace. So I don't really have to worry about that damage either. I didn't mean to pitch that. I was not thinking. I wanted to save that for, no. I wanted to save that to play this CNC out. Except they don't have an arsenal, so I'm not playing it out this turn anyways, so it's kind of fine. I run 3 Liar's Charms, although I have pitched 2 away now. Which means it might be a minute before I see the last one. That's fine. Hey, I found the last one. Cool. Nope, nope, sorry. I meant to activate Lyath at the end of your turn. We're gonna pitch Rouse. And they've got a D-react in their arsenal. If they'd had an attack, they would have played it there. But they just swung 2 daggers and passed. And they had the resources for Persuasive, even if that was what they had, or a CNC. So I know I'm taking a D-react in the arsenal here. Unless for some reason they have like an Oasis. I spoke too soon. Fair play. I sent the top card. Fine by me. I think we're gonna play that out. Yeah. Unless I draw a red here, this will be great. I don't really need the Steadfast in hand right now. And another hunter hunted without seeing an excavation. So this is how we lose this matchup, by the way. If you weren't aware. Especially depending on what they name. Macho Grande. Not the worst. But also, the fact that they're taking 3 cards out of the deck at all is bad. Worst case would be an Oasis, because I run more than 3 of them. Hey, look at that! 2 ominous excavations. That's exactly what I wanted to see, actually. That's unfortunate. But not the worst. We'll block with Rampart and Drag Down just in case they have a pump to protect ourselves from as much damage as possible. But I'm pretty confident that's a defense reaction. Why are you doing that? What? Well, you're not taking my cards, so... This is not the Huntsman list I am used to playing against. At all. And I can't say it's going exactly how I want it to go. Probably should have used Withstand there. It's fine, I want to get this Filters out. And get the Oasis value while I can. Lovely. So clearly the Huntsman list has changed from what I remember. Hammer for 2. That's pretty good. And by that, I mean it's not good. Okay, fair. I have not seen a single D react from this Huntsman except for Frailty Trap. This is just like an aggro banish build. I feel pretty confident blocking with CNC. I don't think it'll be that important, to be honest. Oh, shoot. I forgot I got hit with Spider's Bite. Thank you, polite person. Ah, there's the D-Reacts. We're going to block here just to try and get the card out of their hand. Let's go. See if we can catch them this time. I think we do it either way. Even if they have an Oasis they're waiting to use, I don't think they have 2. Okay, cool. Now let's just push a little bit of damage because we do want to kill the Huntsman. Kind of. I also want to get that overcrowded engrave as soon as I can. Like, see, I've been going 11 turns now, not blocking daggers, and I'm still at 35, 34 now. But, like, the dagger damage does not matter at all. You just want to save your cards in deck as much as possible. Okay, well, don't let me block with overcrowded. They played 2 CNCs so far? Oh, no, just the one they got back with Codex. I want to keep Withstand around in case of a possible CNC. Which is why we're paying like this. There's the D-Reacts. I guess they just didn't draw them the first part of the game. Yep, and Fate for Scenes. That's all 9, 0 for 4 D-Reacts. Not as weird of a list as I thought. There we go. Now we get to walk with Overcrowded. I keep forgetting about Spider's Bite. Did they leave my card on top? They sunk it. There's a very low chance of them hitting a 0 cost. Yeah, that's whatever. I don't like taking back things as much as I can, so we're just gonna accept it. So I left it on top. Also, I am not worrying about pitch stacking right now because I plan to shuffle my deck in the near future. Once I get hit with Hunter or Hunted again. They have one cut to the chase left, and I'm pretty sure I saw them pitch it fairly recently, so I don't have to worry about that anytime soon. Also, I plan on shuffling my deck right here with Ominous Excavation. Because they only have 100 hunted left. I only have to save one. So I'm just going to go ahead and get that sigil back in my deck as soon as possible. Hey, and it shuffled Heart of Fiendal back. Always love to see that. And they run on the horizon? That's kind of funny. I mean, it's good, but it's funny also. I'm debating playing out the Terrace Under here. They've got 2 equipment blocks, so like they can cover it easily. But also I want to choose that equipment block as soon as I can. Nah, we'll just wait. I can save it for a power play or something buffed by my, just kidding, I don't have a second lead them hanging. I could, from Omnis. Maybe that's the right choice to get back, honestly. It might be, just to put more damage back on my deck. I think that's what we're going to target with the second two. Like, I will say, in a battle of just 2 dagger swings versus a hammer swing, I get more value. There. And then we shuffle. And put Lethem hanging back. I'm curious what I'll name. Okay, checking my graveyard. That's smart. Browse the Ancients. That's a fair pick. That is probably the best option. Oasis. I've already played out 3 Oasis. You're not getting more value out of that, anyways. Yeah, Browse the Ancients was definitely the best choice there. Now we play out the Terror Sunder on the power play. Because this is coming in for 8, and they cannot block that out unless they give me Tunic and Flick Knives, which I don't expect them to do. Or if they have an Oasis, but they've already played out 2, it's pretty unlikely that they have the last one here. Though, I have already been proven wrong by that several times this game. So. Oh. I think they're just going to take it. Yep. Smart. Save your equipment for something that matters. And we're pitching the power play. I don't like keeping 2 non-3 cost blues in hand, but I need to swing hammer for 4. Okay, cool. Hey, and we got Heart of Fyendal back. Unfortunately, it won't actually get me value this turn cycle, so we're going to have to keep it in hand. Oh wait, it would have, because they played a sigil. Duh. I didn't even think about that. It's fine. I think we'll just do that to cycle through cards as fast as possible. There we are. I was looking for you. Not the ideal time to play it, but it works. Or maybe it was. I don't have, yeah, I have no CNCs left. We don't really have a use for Liar's Charm right now. Except maybe like to sneak some damage in on a big blue. We'll see. I will say that they do. Didn't. No, they don't. Because I still have two more lethal hangings because of my two excavations. I was about to say I didn't get my attention grabber's value, but I still have a chance to get it. Please don't be blue. It'll be so much easier to trick them if it's not. We'll say it's red. I got them again. I don't usually get both Truther Trickers in one game. But it's always nice when I do. Nice! That is a good card to get. The other card in hand must be good. Also, we have Terra Thunder Power Play lining up again, which is nice. And I can also avoid pitching a non-Rouse blue. Oh, wait, no. I don't know why I'm worrying about pitch attacking Rouse right now. Wait, I could have Terra Sundered that. Man. I didn't even think about that. That's okay. Mm, oh, right. My stuff gets -1. Nice. I'm not blocking with Terra Sunder. I shall pitch it instead. I guess I didn't need to block with Rampart and use the Tunic counter, but it's okay. No, my go again attack. Oh, well, that's not a good hand. I think we're just going to activate Lyath here and pass. And now we'll have 2 mites on the turn that we send power play. Oh, come on. I mean, it's fine. They're not going to send enough damage that I care. But they could be threatening an on-hit vanish. That would be unfortunate to just take. Although, actually... Oh, okay, well they're not. Hmm... Yeah, we're still just gonna line it up for the next turn, because 4, and Flick Knives is 9. Eh. They could do it. I'm gonna make a mite at the end of their turn. Oh wait, no, I can't. That's why we're setting it up for next turn. Because I want to be able to still have 2 mites on it. And we get rid of another 4 block. How many do they have left? 1 Fate, no Oasis, no Sinks, 1 Shelter. Do they only have 2 more unless they draw with the eye on the horizon back? Also, I lied earlier. I only have 1 more Leave Them Hanging. Because I already played 2 Ominous Excavations. Kind of forgot about that. Okay, and now we can cleanly play the Oasis in addition to doing what we need to, if necessary. They... Ooh, actually... The fact that they're playing this means they have a Justinic. Yep, get rid of that. Ah, they conceded. Well, that doesn't make for good content. But you can see that we are winning this game. We're up on deck size. They have no hunter or hunted left. They have 1 excessive blood loss, 1 leave no witnesses, 2 codex, 1 eradicate. And that's really it in terms of banish power. And I still have all my good cards to push damage. I have 2 rouses. I have Terrace under power play lined up here. I have a fire breathing. We're absolutely winning this game from here. Um, and I never blocked a single dagger. And also, I got hit with 2 hunter hunteds before I ever found an excavation. And we still were very cleanly winning that game. So, hopefully that's enough to show you that this is a very favored matchup for us. Losing Remembrance did not hurt this at all. If anything, it made it easier for us because now they have 6 to 9 less codexes, depending on how many remembrances they were running. Not that codex is a problem for us because of overcrowded. Even if they get back CNC, we can still just block 4 for free and then cover it up with 1 more card. Um, and if you can get more than 1 excavation to line up with Hunter or Hunted, it becomes infinitely easier than this game was. But yeah, 1, don't block daggers. 2, save excavation for Hunter or Hunted. And 3, save all of your damage dealing cards. And try to line up Terrace under power play when you can, just to strip cards from their hands. Um, Also, making sure to line up CNC Liar's Charm is good. I didn't do it as much in this game. I landed up twice instead of 3 times. I blocked with the 3rd CNC because at that point I had only seen Hunter, Hunted, and Inertia Trap. That was probably on me for missing them pitching 1 or 2, but I wasn't paying super close attention. But even still, very easy game. Um, and yeah, let me know if you have any questions about it. See y'all next time.